Alright, and we're back with some more Daggerfall. So we're in Aldingwall right now, and I should do one thing before we do anything else. So, one thing we need to do for sure is we need to get some spells. Now, we have enough money to probably be okay to do this, so... Alright, that's also an alchemist. Alchemy is really weird. In this game, it's not like in Morrowind and everything on. Only guilds can let you do that, and they're the Dark Brotherhood, every temple except Kinnereth and I think Akatosh, and... what's it called? Yeah, I think that's it. There's only so many places that sell potions. There's potion sellers, I'm pretty sure, in guilds, but there's no way to really do it yourself except guilds. You'd think the Mages Guild would do that, but they don't. Is this our man? Okay, this is our quest NPC. Sometimes these things can change. See, now she's ID... I need to find the spell maker. That's what we need to do first. No, we don't need to go outside. It's cold out there. Teleprop man. Not worried about you. Daedra summoning man. Daedra summoning is complex, trust me. It's not as easy as you think it is. It's very temperamental. And yes, you can waste literally 200,000 plus gold and they won't show up. I'm not even bullshitting you, that's true. It's awesome. I love this guy's face, by the way. Ugh! It's one of the fucking best faces in the entire game. I'm gonna fucking pass out if I'm not careful. I gotta be really quick about this. Where the hell is the spellcrafter here? I'm so used to my other character. This is the training man. The man with the prongs, as good old Lethal Flail Fist would say. And this is our crafter. Okay, so we'll save the game. Always save your game before doing shit like this, because you don't want to fuck up. So, make spells. This looks really complicated, but it's not. If you've played Morrowind or Oblivion, you should be right at home here. This is not that complicated. So... I like this. I haven't actually looked at the icons till just now. This is cute. I like it. We'll do that, because why not? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add a few things. So we only have 12k money? What? Excuse me? I only have 12k? I've got... What? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe they'll go from that, I hope. Anyway, I have letters of credit. This is bullshit. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So the first thing you need to do in this fucking game, and I swear to God, if you don't do this, you're gonna have the absolute fucking worst time. Teleport. Get this. Get it in ya. So we're gonna call it Mark and Recall. If you've played Morrowind, you understand this already. Buy this. Jesus, buy this. So, buy your spell. Okay. Now that that's over, let's go ahead and do one that's a heal health. We'll just do a very low level one here. We'll call this Rest Trainer. And you can see it's not very expensive. Spell cost is the actual... like cost money-wise. Casting cost is the mana. And it does show your actual mana there too, so we'll go ahead and buy this one. And we need another one. We're gonna go with Heal Fatigue. We're gonna call this one in honor of Lethal Flail Fist, Gatorage. And then... I love that series so much. It's so good. Free action. Now you're probably just like, what the hell is free action? This is a very, 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 very... Actually, let's change it up a bit. I need to... New spell. Let's kind of see if I can make that a bit better, just in case. Alright, so free action is immune to paralysis. And... Actually, no, let's just keep it at that. This is extremely useful, because this essentially, if you get paralyzed by like a spider, like I think liches can paralyze you, I know for a fact that the humanoid enemies can do this. Free action. That's how you break out of it. This is why I need to name it. It's not free action. Free action. There we go. So, that is essential. If you don't have that, you're going to get your ass kicked by even the most small enemies like spiders. Well, they're not small, but you know. Next thing, let's go ahead. We only have 700 gold. Apparently, we only have 700. Water breathing. Now, combine this with water walking. You're probably like, what are you talking about, Seth, you fucking lunatic? This is going to make you move faster underwater and be able to breathe underwater for at least a duration. So, we're just going to call this water. This is very, very useful. Some dungeons require you to go underwater, so it's very nice to have it. And trust me, the default swimming speed is ass. You don't want to be in there. We'll get an open spell, just to have it. Basic open. This can be required in some dungeons. I think a few mages quests have it as well. We already got teleprot. I don't need shield. Pacify I don't need. Levitate. This is another imperative skill to have. You can beat the game without it, but dungeons do require it. Some dungeons have items in them that let you levitate passively through those, but believe me, levitate. If you don't have this, your life's gonna be hell. So the next spell, let's see, what else? ID is kind of unnecessary. I don't really ever get that. It does exactly as described. If you don't know what an item is, you can ID it with its spell check, and it'll proc if it does it or doesn't, based on your skill. Lights, we're going to call this Illusion Trainer. So, just a simple one. This, not trainer, trainer. Megan Trainer. Alright, and we want a Dispel. Not Disintegrate, god damn it. New spell. I don't want to So Dispel. Magic. What this does is it gets rid of... Oh shit, I'm running low. Well, we'll deal with it later then. No, actually... No, we'll deal with it later. Essentially, I gotta do this anyways later on, so... fuck it. Dispel. So what that does is it gets rid of effects. Like if you have Levitate on, you don't want to levitate, and you need to get out of a situation quickly, Dispel can save your ass. So it's basically like silencing, but intentional and not damaging. So I only got 100 left. Let's go with water breathing, I think, is alteration. Am I correct? Is that alteration? Or is it thom? Hang on a second. Yeah, I was correct. Alteration is water breathing. So, trainer. And I should be able to buy the last things I need. For now, at least. And then we're going to go... I did double check, too. Water walking is going to be thaumaturgy. Well, let's call it thom training. I can never remember how to spell it. No one wants to see typos on the internet. That's bullshit. And then mysticism, we need an open spell, but I think there's more. We'll just cast our own. That's not really a big deal. So yeah, we just basically essentially made our beginning spell toolbox, essentially. It's not everything we're gonna need. So, first things first, I don't need this. I can never, ever determine if I need that. Slow fall, I never use. Mark and recall, this is the most important thing ever. So we'll put our health up there, our fatigue up there. Free action. Actually, no, I'll do like my other character. Mark and recall, free action, water, levitate, open, Did I buy Dispel? Okay, we'll put that on the bottom. No, we'll put that down here. And then basic open Dispel, and then our trainers are down there. So by the way, in regular Daggerfall, I think I mentioned it before, this would actually just reset randomly. It was really fucking irritating. That does not happen in Unity, for a fact. So I'll demonstrate Data Rage. Essentially what this will do is it'll train the skill, which is awesome. So, do I have... Will they take my credit? That's the main thing. Does Mage's Guild take credit? Do they take MasterCard or Visa? That's the main question here. I don't think I can actually use the trainer here, because I don't think I have enough money. But I should be able to, because, well, if I did, I'd be able to train. God, this is an odd layout. They're all kind of the same, but this isn't the one I'm used to. I think the area I took up residence in on my other character was Holham, if you're curious. I just liked the way it sounded. It was really, really quaint. And so, anywho, I think I've already looped through here. If you're like, wow, Seth's getting lost really quickly. How is he in the dungeons? I don't really get lost, I hate to tell you. I've played this game enough to know what not to do and what to do, and I've also used to be a hunter, so I do have actual, like, skill in navigation in real life. This is just odd 90s DOS weird. I don't remember where the fuck the, oh, I think he's up here. No, I've been here twice. Fucking hell. So it doesn't matter. Oh, he's right here. I've already passed him twice. Jesus Christ. 200 gold. Let's go with restoration. So we'll do that. We'll use some of that. And now we can actually use our mana to keep our stamina up. And since we're a Dark Elf, we have a very good starting mana pool. Now let's go ahead and find a place to sleep. We'll go to the map. The Unfortunate Fairy. I love that name. That is amazing. The Unfortunate Fairy. Wow. Let's talk to Jack Black over here. Mr. Knight, your room is free. So, boom! Yeah. Let's go ahead and rest. Perfect. So you can see some of our skills have went up, but not all of them. We haven't exercised a lot of our skills. Let's go ahead and practice. I promise I won't do this every 5 seconds because it's very boring to watch. I try not to do this because also illusion light spells in this game are an actual candle. You're not seeing shit. We'll just do this until at least the hotel kicks us out. Usually it takes 8 hours to recover. So, actually, let's see. What is our stats? Level 2, booty action. Alright. So it looks like we have trained restoration, and we have trained jumping a little bit. It don't matter, we'll go to a dungeon in a minute. I just want to kind of just practice my skills a few times, because if I don't, well, it's not fun. Trust me, if you think it's, like, you know, it's tedious at first. A lot of this game starts off feeling like it's tedious, but trust me, if you play your cards right, this game gets very easy and... Oh, time of the room's expired, even though I can stay here as long as I want. Do you know who I am? I don't think you do. So we'll go ahead and do a quest. We'll go to the Mage's Guild and get some guild reputation. I do need to level up to get some of the quests for the main quest active, so that's another thing too. So always, 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 before you take on any quest, save, for God's sake. No, I don't want that. I see. No. Too bad. A rare ingredient hidden in a nearby dungeon. 100, no. I don't want that one. Fucking hell. Nope, he can just sleep forever. Rare ingredient. Fine, fuck it, we'll do this one. Because apparently the game doesn't want me to do anything else. Alright. Looking for snake venom, which can be found in the Hole of Balol. You have 6 days? Fuck me sideways, that's small. Okay, 6 days. I wasn't kidding, right? So let's go ahead and cast Mark and Recall. Always do this. Anchor. You can only do it one time each, and every time after you have to reset it. So be very, very, very careful. I've done that so many times, and it sucks just as much each time. So, by the way, just because this is snake venom, this is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a green one that's specifically for this quest. So this is how random dungeons actually work, if you're curious. We only have 6 days. We gotta hustle our ass over there. And I've already forgot what it was called. So, logbook, the Hole of Balul. That's a really cool name. A Hole of Balul. One day. That's not gonna make a difference. So when you do spring bubbles, this should be normal. These are normal enemies, if I remember correctly. So, number one thing, always have your anchor set at your quest start. That's always a big fucking deal. Save your game, and then always save at the start of a dungeon, because if you don't, it's gonna fucking suck, trust me. Alright, this is our... Oh, this is an awful one. Let's do it! So everyone has their own way of approaching these dungeons, and holy shit, there's a bear. So, some people say, oh, follow the left-hand wall, follow the right-hand wall. That works in a normal video game. This is Daggerfall, for fuck's sake, dude. That kind of logic goes out the window. So what we're looking for right now is we're looking for an item. So that means the item we're going to look for is going to be in one of these closets. And it's probably going to be, like, in a room. Similar to what I just went through. Now, you can drop gold in dungeons by hitting G on your keyboard as well, and then typing it in. Now, this method is... You can't fucking beat it. You will never get lost if you actually mark where you've been in dungeons. If you don't, you're gonna get lost. So, another map. These just show you the Bedard Laboratory. Anyways, these just show you, like, other dungeons in the world of that province you're in. We're very lucky because we got creatures to roll. Otherwise, this would suck if it was like a fucking undead one. They don't drop loot, but that's fine. So, if you're like, Seth, how are you so confident at doing random dungeons? You sound like you've done this before. Holy fuck. That's a goddamn tiger, and that did a lot of damage to me. So, you can also... Well... Okay, that was another thing I should have said before I did that. Don't ever fight on elevation, it's very dangerous. Let's pretend that death didn't happen, because that was a very dumb idea. So one thing you want to do is mark everywhere that you've been. You can do a dungeon in any particular order that makes sense to you. However, my main method has always been... just kind of go with the flow of how it's going and mark where you've been. If you just go on left-hand path logic, you're never gonna find it. Like, this game is too random in these dungeons, because these are all proc-gen. They're not actually handcrafted by the developers. Some of those have some semblance of normalcy in them, but not very much. So, this room particularly is what we call a quest module. This is usually where items are going to spawn. So, also, when you look at your map in dungeons, you can tell if there's a secret, because secret doors actually stand out on the minimap. But we'll get into that when we see one. So, what am I doing? Every time I close a door, I know I've been there. Every time I drop gold, I know I've also been there. So, because sometimes you can't just rely on, oh, I killed an enemy, I've already been here, because... Let's say I go out this way, I'm like, oh, I've already been here, and I turn around, so don't do that. So you can also do what I'm doing right now, where you basically create pylons, essentially, to know which space you've already done. Now, I haven't even started screaming yet, which I'm trying not to. This is what I call the spaghetti module, because this is just fucking awful. These are like the worst modules to get to spawn, because A, The way the game generates stuff, it basically has things hook on top of other things. Like, I think it's up to 8 different modules. It's a fucking headache to understand these ones, trust me. The best thing you can do is root out where you've been and where to go and where you've already been. Start on the edges of these ones and then work your way in. And now you're probably like, do you hate these? Oh, hell no, dude. I fucking love Daggerfall's dungeons. They're one of the most fun things in a game in my mind. And you're probably like, Seth, you're insane, and you're pretty close. Believe me, man. Oh, fuck. I absolutely love Daggerfall's dungeons. They are so much fun. When I'm not paying attention to, like, talking at the same time, they're very engaging, because it basically requires your entire focus. So when you see a thing say this lock has nothing to fear from you, you can hit the thing with your sword, your foot, whatever, and it will like actually start to open based on your lockpick skill. That does degrade your weapon over time, so be careful. But yeah, one thing you want to do as well in the spaghetti module, as I call it, is just make sure you're marking off the edges of it too. So if a lock says this lock is like beyond your skill, you can still open it. It's not going to be impossible. But this is the thing. Locks can also be opened with the open spell, but that's based on the like skill of the actual magic itself and not like your lockpicking skill, I don't think. So you can see what I'm doing in motion right now. You get plenty of gold in every dungeon you go through. The actual like gold you get from the dungeon is almost always like way more than the actual resulting like quest turn in. See, I'm talking at the same time, so this is a lot harder than it should be. But these dungeons are totally random. I also only have like 6 days to figure it out, which is not very much time for a general dungeon like this. So that's an empty room. Some like items and stuff can spawn in those, but it's very unlikely. So I've already kind of hit some weird spots in this one. This is why I fucking hate this module. I generally don't like dealing with these ones because this is just like brown spaghetti. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going. Now you can use potions to make sure you get like mana back, but it's really hard to find those. I'm gonna save here and call it... Oh, Jesus. So what we're looking for is an item on the ground. It's not like the ones we've been picking up. It'll be an actual little vial, like the actual icon, essentially. And we have to pick it up. Now this kind of sucks when you're doing like Orc's Blood or Troll's Blood or something, because they actually look the same as the actual little drops on the ground that can just be decoration. Yeah, that sucks when that happens. Everyone's had it happen at least once. And it sucks just as much each time. So, this is a secret. I'm willing to go in this area because it's a different module. Also, you can tell a secret because the textures are different as well. Alright, this can contain a couple of things, so we'll try this area. So I gotta remember, I'm on a time limit. If I fail the quest, I'm not gonna cry, but it's not fun to fail the quests. You don't really want to. The rewards for Mages Guild stuff is usually pretty good. Like, clearly being allowed access to more stuff is pretty good. But just being a base member is always awesome because you get spellcrafting, for God's sake. So this is a secret. This isn't fun. I hear a tiger as well. I'll go back to that in a minute. This is where we came in. See, I actually can determine where I'm at for the most part. So this... Does this loop around to anything else? Because if it doesn't, then this is basically a dead end. You can also tell you're entering a new module as well, because the walls will change. Same with the ceiling, I'm pretty sure. Also, double check these corners too, because sometimes they can also contain one of your quest items if you need it. So, this is a secret, pretty sure. Nope, this is just dead end. Okay, so the other reason I'm putting gold down, even though I've just, I'm going to leave this area, is because if there's a teleporter in this dungeon, which I hope to fuck there isn't, it can be an absolute nightmare if you get teleported into a place you've already been in. And trust me, it can happen. Mainly just in these random dungeons, though. So I've already been here, so I can just kind of cut this area off, which makes life a lot easier. Okay, so this usually has the quest location down there. And also there's a couple of rooms in here that can sometimes contain it. Pretty sure. Loincloth! We'll wear it. Hell yeah. And an open tunic. We just got our, tits banging against armor right now. That's not probably very comfortable, so we'll do that. Alright. And yes, you can enchant those as well. That's a very, very useful thing to know how to do. Enchanting can basically make your character unfucking stoppable. It is imperative to know how to enchant later on. But I'll get into it when we get there. So I'm going to mark this with 3. You may be like, why are you doing this? This is so I know this is the way out of the module. This should connect down here to up there eventually. What is that? That's a boner. Oh boy. So this is another place, like I said, I know what I'm doing for the most part. Oh god. So those are going to be stuck up there, that's fine. Damn it. The fires don't hurt you, by the way, you can just walk through that, unless there's a mod that changes it. So it looks like this spot isn't going to contain it, but this can connect to a cave module as well, and you're probably like thinking, and I don't blame you, Seth, how do you know all this? I've played Daggerfall for a very long time. There's some things we just recognize as players, having played it so damn much. And also, Unity fixes so many things. Like, in original Daggerfall, things would just clip into the void, and then you'd just be unkillable. And that would happen to you if it was, quest NPCs and shit, too. It was just awful. Believe me, Unity cleans up so much. So this is the entrance. This can connect... Oh, that's a teleport. We gotta be careful. That can be a huge pain. I know you're probably like, that's a teleporter? Yes, and it can be really bad. I was kind of dreading that happening because of the, for some reason this textures on like the walls, like this tunnel design, generally means there's a teleporter at some point because of how they were generated. And this might not be the location, but we're probably encroaching on the quest location eventually here. Like I said, I do know what I'm doing. Okay. So I could use Open Spell on this, but it's not a huge deal. We'll try it. Oh, I don't have enough. Shit. So, also if you're casting restoration spells and stuff, do it. Because if you can, you will always get more skill checks, and it's always in your benefit. Let's try it with this. Let's try opening it. God damn. There's nothing in here, is there? Okay, I was gonna cry. That happens a lot. There's like a door that's just an absolute... Yeah, that's... That's pretty much the Daggerfall experience in a nutshell, right there. You find a locked door that takes you literal hours in the game to fix, and then by the time you get through it... Oh, it's not worth your time. It happens, man. It happens to the best of us. So... I'm very grateful that this is a creature dungeon and it's not ultra difficult. So, okay. So this is another quest location. But also if you get completely fucking stumped, Unity adds the teleport option to do that. You could do it in vanilla Daggerfall, I just could never remember how to do it. So, this is an example as to why you want to mark your paths. Because this looks very easily similar to all of that. So, and yeah, there can be secret walls inside cave modules. I wish I was kidding. I love this game, but Jesus, some of the stuff that can happen in it is really unbelievably annoying. Okay. I should be leveling up from this dungeon, though, because we've killed a lot of shit. Oh, hell. There we go. Oh, I was like casting the what's it called? This is probably a teleport location if I had to guess. So this is a possible... No? Also checking the map, like I said, I want to make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Sometimes modules can connect to each other. See, this is what I'm talking about. If we had Orc's blood or something, there's no way of determining if that's Orc's blood or if that's just the thing we need to find. That's the crux right here. So you're probably like, is this the bulk of the game? Yes, it is. The bulk of this game is dungeon crawling, baby. So you can see we've already hit an area that we know we've been to. So I can kind of mark this off. I don't really need to go up there. And that saves me some time. And there's also a lot of ambience I haven't even mentioned yet. But there's a lot of ambient noises. Sometimes they're used. There it is. It's right there. Perfect. Boom. That looks like the snake venom. Excellent. Save the game. Yes. So now we gotta get to a safe spot. I like this skull, by the way. It's fucking nasty looking. Now we just gotta get to a safe spot, regen our mana, and then we can go back to town. Holy shit. We have done a lot of stuff in this episode. You guys thought I was kidding when I said, oh, I know there's an item in here. Nope. I have played so much Daggerfall in my life that I genuinely just kind of know. I hate to sound like that guy, but I do. So we'll save the game, main save, and let's mark and recall, teleport. Yay, we made it in time. I suppose this will do. Couldn't you have brought back a fresher sample? Isn't what it used to be. Well, here's your finder's fee. Fucking jackass.